What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and I'm here with Ben, who is just more popular than John. So, how you been, mate?
I'm good, mate. Again, nice one for letting me come on the show. It's always good to talk to you and John. I thought John was better last time, but I'm more excited to work with you, Michael. So
it's only natural. It's only natural, mate. Just keep the wet floor sign on the floor, and we'll both be fine.
I've sent the missus upstairs. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. I fucking know. If she looks anything like comparable to you, I've got no fucking chance. Right, exciting day. I mean, fucking hell, we could potentially have a double announcement. I think we'll definitely have at least one with Rodriguez. How are you feeling? Are you controlling your erection as much as I am?
Oh, mate, I genuinely this is probably the biggest signing in my lifetime, and probably yours, Michael, and probably John, even though he's 50 plus. James Rodriguez is a global superstar. I don't give a shit what people say about his age and stuff. You look at his social media followers, mate. He is a superstar. He is he's a brand we're buying. I think 48 million followers on Instagram and something the same on Twitter. I was reading before.
Yeah,
mate, it's massive for the club, and I'm buzzing, mate. And Alan, fucking dirty little bastard. I'm made up for him to come as well, mate. I'm honestly buzzing. What a day it could be.
Oh, yeah, and you're spot on, and I think you've just touched on it, and you're spot on. Like, Rodriguez, he's got proven experience, he's played at the top level, he scored a fucking cracker in a World Cup in 2014. The season Ancelotti was at Madrid, he got 17 goals, 17 assists. He's a player that he's just fucking leaps and bounds above where we would hope to be. A few people have said he's the Robinho signing, which I don't necessarily agree with. Is the Robinho signing, because in some aspects he's bigger than Robinho.
Oh yeah, massively, mate. Absolutely, I agree with you there.
Because you've rightly said his Instagram following 48 million, and his Twitter, I think it's across all of his channels, it's 100 million people that follow this guy. And if you put that in context, there's literally only a few players in the world that can compare to that, and that's Ronaldo and Messi, and he's in that bracket.
Yeah, I can't believe he's trading in Madrid for Walton, but fuck
it. And then the other player you've said, obviously Alan. You're spot on. He's dirty, he's courageous, but he's got a little bit of skill. He's got a good pass on him. I wouldn't say we're getting him for goals, but we're getting him to break down play and give the ball to people who are better in those positions. I'm excited for Alan, probably as much as I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Michael, to be honest. I thought Alan, what a signing he's going to be. Press is high. And I think we could get more out of Andre Gomez as well, with a player like Alan doing the work for him, who thrives on making tackles. I've seen them videos, and he just goes fucking nuts when he makes it. I think that was in the first half of the game. He starts celebrating. I love all that bit of passion about the club and playing for Everton Football Club, and the crowd are warm to that and get right behind them. And I think that hopefully we get to see these two players this year with this COVID shit, or hopefully it gets all sorted and people can go to games again. But it'd be good for all Everton fans to see these type of players at Goodison Park, to be fair. So, mate, I'm made up.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair as well, it does potentially add with Andre Gomez. I'm just going to talk about another name we've been linked with, and that's obviously Decore. So our midfield isn't just looking like it's improved significantly. It's not just we're getting top European talent and Champions League talent. We're actually getting Premier League proven talent as well in Decore. So you can't see my face, but honest to fucking God, I'm buzzing my tits off, because if we get the three of them, and I don't care how we do it, I don't give a fuck about financial fair play. If we get the three of them, it's just a different Everton side, because the defence will be better, the attack will be better, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the top of the league, aren't you? No doubt about it. We finished top next season.
Yeah, definitely be pushing. Like you said, Decore, he for me is a massive signing. He's just as big. He needs to come for that to work in that system. He's box to box. He will be your runner. He will be your goal scorer in midfield. And he, again, workhorse. We'll have 3 huge players potentially coming in, and I'm just hoping we can get this. It's quite advanced with Watford, so hopefully we can get the last bits of details over the line, get these 3 in, and we can go into the season a bit optimistic again. And we've never had a summer signings like this before. Like I've never seen anyone the scale, like you said, Rodriguez, Allen, Decore, and they've all said the same. They want to play for Ancelotti, and when we got him in, we said he's got to be backed. And if they all come off, then fair play. The board have got the fucking arse into gear and back the manager. So you can't fucking moan, really.
Nah, of course you can't. So another player we've been linked with is obviously, and the thumbnail to this video is Romero from Manchester United, a player that we know as the Argentina #1. We know as the #2 to De Gea. The issues with Romero is there's no doubt he's a good goalkeeper. There's no doubt about that in my opinion. But Henderson's just been given a 6-year, 100 grand deal. So where does Romero fit in that? So I wanted you to come on because I know you're a bit of a stato and you sit down. You like to crunch some fucking numbers and just ask your opinion on the goalkeepers that we've already got against Romero, because the rumours are there is rumours that Everton are trying to get him on loan.
Yeah, I think there was an article before. I think they're looking even a loan with an option to buy, or a £10 million. Now, £10 million now might be a bit too much for me. 33 years of age, Romero is now. But if, like you said, get a loan deal on the cards, it could be a really good #2. But what are your thoughts, Michael, on Jordan Pickford then in general?
I hate him.
Brutally honest, mate.
Honest to God, I don't even know where to start with him. Like, I hate him. So a few years ago, somebody said to me that the hate that I showed towards players like Morgan Schneiderlin, I've showed it a few times to Sigurdsson and to Koeman. I actually put Pickford the same level as Koeman. And I actually once called Koeman a cunt after the European game. So to be brutally honest, I don't like his antics. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with putting footballers on pedestals and them not being able to have a life and a pint with the mates. Like, you should be always allowed to do that. You're still a human. But the standing on tables at the darts, times when he almost lets goals in and he smiles after, he's just cocky. He's the type of lad that, when you go out and we've all been out, and there's always some bloke who thinks he's big and fucking hard, and then he'll come over to you and he'll pretend to be all big and fucking hard. He'll be all mouth until you stand him up, and then he either shits himself or he hits you. Pickford's the shits himself guy. Like, he's just all mouth, and I'm starting to think very little ability. There's no doubt he can shot stop. There's no doubt about that. He's a great shot stopper. But we've seen great shot stoppers in the Premier League for a long time. We need someone who's controlling, and that's what I think Pickford lacks, the ability to calm himself down and control a game.
Yeah, I've always fought for Pickford's side for a couple of years now. I've got a few Coppite mates, and one won't. There's a lad there who won't mind me saying his name's Ben McGee. He just gives me shit all the time. Sends me pictures of fucking Jordan Pickford with little arms, T-Rex arms, like fucking daily most days. And for a couple of years, I've stuck up for Jordan Pickford. I've said he's England's #1 for a reason. He's, like you said, he's a shot stopper. He is cocky, but sometimes that's good in the goalkeeper. I think he's gone too far with his cockiness and his shitty faces. And I went, like you said, I've gone away and I've looked at his stats. Obviously, the 1920 season just gone, and it's pretty shocking, to be honest. And it goes against pretty much what I've been defending him for. So
I can imagine some of the stats that you've got there. So come on then. How do they compare then? What are we looking at here? How bad is it?
So looking over the course of 38 games, the Premier League, we didn't have any other #2s in for the Premier League this season. So the year before, he actually had 14 clean sheets. So that was the 18-19 season, which is a career high for Jordan Pickford. Now, was that the case? We had a better centre halves. It was more consistency with Zuma and Michael Keane. I don't know. This year, however, he's dropped from 14 to 9 clean sheets. So out of all the Premier League goalkeepers, he's finished 10th in the clean sheets, which one of them, not too bad. However, this is where it gets a bit mad for me. Pickford faced 149 shots this year. And I go on that he's a brilliant shot stopper, he's this and that. He's saved 94 of them 149 shots, which puts he's got a save percentage of 63%.
Yeah.
Which is, so out of all the keepers that have played in the Premier League this year,
yeah,
he's second to bottom.
Oh.
So the only goalkeeper with a worse save percentage than Jordan Pickford is Kepa from Chelsea, and the Chelsea fans are after his head. So I think it was 21 keepers, 22 keepers, and Pickford came 21st out of the 22 keepers that have actually played in the Premier League. So 63% shot stop, and I've argued for Pickford for fucking years. Brilliant shot stopper, this and that. That stat from last year is simply not good enough.
No.
And he's actually made 4 errors leading to goals, which is the 17th. So I think only like Dubravka and another keeper, which again I think it's Kepa, I've made more of. Now that's a big problem for me, a big problem. Yeah. And it's got to improve. So, but we haven't got the backup either, have we, from the number 2 as it stands?
No, and that's my biggest concern. Is the fact that, you know, it's not like we can go up to Jordan and say, look, you're having a shit time. Statistically, you are the worst English goalkeeper, because I'm guessing Pope and Henderson are in front of him.
Oh, top half, mate, of the... Nick Pope obviously got second in the Golden Glove, didn't he? I think he got 15 clean sheets this year for Burnley. They were more deep lying than us anyway, defensively. So
this is what I mean when I look and I compare Jordan Pickford, and then I look at what we've got. We've had 2 players that, well, one was sent back from Reading in Virginia, and look, I don't think it's going to make the cut in the Premier League. Then you've got Lossell, who played okay for Huddersfield when they were in the Premier League. He certainly wasn't the weakest part of their team, but it's not like anyone was scrambling to go and get him. So I have concerns about the whole of our goalkeeper setup. You know, Stecklenburg was just old by the end. You know, he didn't have a bad season when he first joined Everton, but he weren't a bad keeper. There's a lot of keepers floating around who potentially are available. Obviously, Romero's one of them, and another one that was mentioned, and I actually shouted for this just briefly, was Ben Foster.
Yeah, I was pushing for that too on a free, but he signed a new 1-year deal, but I don't know where that stands now, to be honest, with Watford.
Yeah.
But like you said about Jonas Lossell, he's gone away to Huddersfield now. He's not big enough number 2 to be pushing Jordan Pickford, like you said before.
Yeah.
So Pickford had kept 24% of clean sheets in games. So I've looked at Lossell's stats from last year. Now, he played 15 times for Huddersfield from when his loan started there.
Yeah.
He's used to the club. He's been there for years, so you'd think it was just like slotting in straight away. He conceded 18 goals in then 15 games, which is 1.2 goals a game. Now, Pickford's pushing the 1.3 goals per game that we concede. So we're statistically looking to concede a goal a game with both keepers, which is one of them. He had a save percentage of 67.9% in them 15 games, which is 4 or 5% higher than Pickford, so he's better with shot stopping. But again, not high enough. He had 38 saves and a 40% clean sheet record. So I think Huddersfield fans were pretty happy with their goalkeeping situation with Lossell going there. But like you said, the Premier League is a different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
I know we played well in the Blackpool game recently, just gone. A few decent saves from Lossell when Pickford was a fucking hologram again. Fucking do my head in. But
makes me laugh how you called him a hologram. Fucking hell.
Just go straight through him. So you got Lossell as a second keeper. As it stands now, I don't think he's good enough to be pushing for our number one spot.
Yeah.
I'd be a bit wary of putting him. And like you said Virginia. Now, he had a really good season with the under-23s a couple of years ago when they won the league. I think he kept the highest amount of clean sheets in that league, about 9 or 10. And he was really highly regarded at Arsenal before he came to Everton Football Club. Now, I was reading a bit of like a match report about Yao Virginia, and Reading fans and the local newspapers said he's probably the worst signing they've ever made.
Oh my God!
he got a rating of 1 out of 10 over the course of 3 games. He conceded 3 goals on the first day against Sheffield Wednesday on his debut. It was bad. Then he played the next game against Hull City, again conceded numerous goals, and was sent back to Everton. So he conceded 6 goals in 3 games, and by all accounts, the Reading fans were saying, I don't know if it's a bad move, is he not settled in, but like you said, Michael, they didn't see him as a long-term Premier League goalkeeper. Now, we don't know, he's only a young kid. I'm not here to criticise kids. Fair play, he's getting stuck in. Hopefully he gets his head down back in the under-23s, but again, he's not good enough to be pushing the likes of Jordan Pickford for me. And again, the ability-wise, is he going to cut it? I don't know. So for me, them two aren't strong enough goalkeepers to come in and actually be challenging Jordan Pickford. So like, I think it's a position that we really, really, really need to sort out. And like you said before about Romero, he seems the obvious one, but I wouldn't fancy paying £10 million. But I think he's got a year left of his contract with an additional option for a further year with United.
Yeah.
So I for one, I'm a pro Romero fan. I don't know what your thoughts are about him, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, I'd stick my nan in goal in front of Pickford. Like, I am done with him, and I think the issue we also have with Pickford is the simple fact of the matter that he's just inconsistent. Like, he's just completely inconsistent. He can have 2 great games, and then he could go up against a team like a Newcastle or a Liverpool, and he just completely falls to bits mentally. And Joe Hart was the same. Joe Hart had, no doubt, he had great ability, but he crumbles as well. And we saw him in the tunnel for England, and he just was losing his head even before the game. So for me, Romero's just, he's an obvious, cool, collected guy. Who else is there?
Yeah, well, like I said, I've been looking at Romero's stats. Just out of curiosity, I put a tweet out the other day basically saying, is Lossell, is he good enough to be... Lossell and Virginia good enough to be challenging Pickford? And 90% of the response was no, need to improve. And I'm in agreement. I love getting into debates on Twitter and talking with other Blues. It's always fascinating to see other opinions of other fans. So it's good to see that we have these healthy debates and we talk about it. And I do see people's viewpoints and stuff. Pickford is England's number 1 for a reason, but he's got to know that if he makes a mistake, he's going to be dropped. And that's what we need. So I've looked at Romero and his stats. Now, he's been at United for 5 years now. He's 33 years of age. Like you said, Argentina's number 1 for a while. And he's considered probably the best backup keeper in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But like you said, Dean Henderson's just signed a new long-term deal. They obviously see him as their future number 1. Now, is he going to be the third choice keeper? He was renowned as like the cup keeper at United.
Yeah.
So his Premier League record, he's only played 7 times over the course of 5 years, Romero, in the actual Premier League.
Right.
Yeah, he's kept 6 clean sheets and he had a save percentage of 91.3%. So he's saving an awful lot of chances. Now, I don't know, I can't remember him playing in many games, but like I said, 7 games, 6 clean sheets. So he clearly is doing what he should be doing in the games he's playing. This year, he's played 3 times in the EFL Cup, 9 times in the European Cup, and 5 times in the FA Cup. So I was going to go off them stats. So that's 17 games he's played this year for United as the second choice cup keeper.
Yeah.
Now, he's kept 81% of his shots he's faced, he's saved, which compared to Jordan Pickford is 63%. is
Jesus.
is drastic. It's massive. So in them games, he's made 28 saves, and 80% was of that. So probably faced about 40 shots there or thereabouts, and 81% save percentage of them shots. But for me, I was like, Jesus Christ, how was he not getting more game time at United? Obviously, De Gea, big money, big wages. So out of them games, he's kept 12 clean sheets out of 17 games. So that's, again, you're pushing 65-70% of games clean sheet. Now, I had a few United fans actually reply to that tweet about people mentioning Romero, and they all fucking love him. Said when he comes in, he does a fucking solid job, he's reliable, he's commanding, and he could slot straight in. If De Gea got injured, he would be like, right, they'd be happy for him just to come in as a number one. Now, for me on them stats, I'd be looking to get him in, definitely. If Pickford makes that mistake where he's pulling stupid fucking faces again and he's fucking losing his head, and you can see, and I think Carlo was onto it, just what the fuck are you doing? It's like, get a grip. For me, it's an all day, but it's got to be for the right price. We can't be paying £10 million either, personally, for a 33-year-old goalkeeper. But with goalkeepers, they tend to go to like 36, 37 years of age, so they keep on playing. And for me, it's all day based on them stats. For me, don't know about
fucking hell, yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't realise it was that sort of chalk and cheese. To be honest, I mean, it's day and night. Romero, I mean, I think you're spot on. He is probably viewed as the second best goalkeeper. You know, second best number 2 in the country, no doubt about it. But I didn't realise it was that different. And what I equally find interesting is De Gea had a pretty poor season last season. He didn't have a great season to his standards, and I'm surprised he didn't play more Premier League games. But that's you can't sit there and say that it's not particularly impressive because he played 17 times last season. So it's not like he hasn't played football. Plus all the Argentina games, if there was any, which I'm sure there was. So he's played 3, 4, 5 of them or whatever.
Yeah, it's clean sheet record from them 17 games at 81%. So you compare that to Jordan Pickford's 24% of the clean sheets, and Lossell's was 40%. So you're playing in the European Cup. They were playing in the UEFA Cup last year, weren't they? So I don't know the teams they were facing, but playing any European competition to get 7 clean sheets out of 9 games is good going for me. Yeah. And he's making his saves, he's commanding, he gets his clean sheets, and I think he'd be a perfect number 2 for Everton Football Club. We could even potentially ship Lossell back to Huddersfield, get a bit of coin, get Romero in on loan, and go with that. That's how I'd be playing. I don't think Lossell's good enough to be pushing Pickford, but I think Romero certainly is for me. Yeah, international goalkeeper.
If Romero did come in, and I know you've just said number 2. Why don't you make him number 1? Like, what's your why is he? Because for me, he walks into our team. Like but that is possibly because I absolutely despise Jordan. He walks into the team. Like he could take Jordan's coat and his shirt and everything, stick it in a bin, and put his stuff where he stands in the dressing room. Like, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I think a tiny part of me is still wanting Pickford to prove everyone wrong. He has moments of brilliance, but he has moments of fucking what the fuck are you doing type of fucking thing. So I'm subconsciously still fighting his corner, and I think that's the reason why I bring him in as a number 2. But will he improve? Will Pickford go, shit, if I make any mistakes, I'm fucking off the team. I'm gone. Will it improve his game? And for me, give him the chance, but if he makes that mistake and he gets a bit cocky, then it's time to, let's get someone else in goal for me, get Romero in, because we can't be fucking have a keeper who's got the fucking second to bottom save statistically in the Premier League. We cannot. No. For a team that wants to push top 4, you look at the shite, Alisson, fucking brilliant keeper, Edison, brilliant keeper, De Gea has his fucking off days, but again, very well regarded as a very good footballer. Tottenham, Hugo Lloris, captain. Good. They've all got solid keepers. and last year wasn't good enough. You can't be letting in 40% of the shots you're facing.
No, agreed.
So, like I said, soft spot for him. Give him a chance. I'd love Romero to come in, push him. But like I said, as soon as he makes that mistake, he's fucking gone.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, I mean, that's pretty detailed debate. One other position, or two other positions potentially, but I think it will only be one, is a new right back. I definitely think we need one of them as well, because Kenny didn't do anything to make me feel better about that situation.
Oh, mate, the Blackpool game, he's caught out of position again. I think Kenny is more like a right wing back, but he gets caught out behind, and if we're playing 4 at the back, there's going to be space down the left, and we'll get exposed against good teams.
Yeah.
So the two names are getting thrown about, obviously Santiago Arias and Alessandro Florenzi, but the Florenzi's a very versatile player. He's more like a winger, full-back, right wing-back, similar to Kenny. So the Arias one, for me, would probably be the way we'd go forward. Another Colombian, another South American. Brands has worked with him before. So I think it probably he would be the one to come in. Now, the links got quite strong last night with Arias, and I believe we're quite an advanced stage, but I don't know if that depends on the likes of like Kenny leaving. I can't see it. I said it in the previous video with Michael, yourself and John.
Yeah.
I can't see anyone paying £12 million for John Joe Kenny. I just can't see it. So, but again, Coleman is like he came back after the COVID lockdown, and I thought he played reasonably well, Coleman.
Yeah, I did.
But he's like that old dog, isn't he, that you just don't want to fucking put down because he's fucking shitting in the corner, but he's your family pet, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the best way to describe him, to be honest. I don't want to put him down. That's how I see him as, anyway.
Oh, fucking hell, he's shitting in the corner.
But he comes in and he did a job, and to be fair, he proved me wrong the last couple of days, but he's only getting on and on. And I know Arias is 28, but I think if a deal could be done for 10 million quid, he could be a fucking solid right back for a couple of years, entering his prime. Now, if we can get that over the line, I feel that could be a fucking good signing. But again, I don't know if it depends on Kenny leaving or what. If he goes out on another loan, I don't know. But for me, I'd have Arias all day over Florenzi anyway.
Yeah, you see, I have a few concerns about, not necessarily Arias as a player, obviously. I know he's at Atletico Madrid. I think he's played 40 times in a couple of years. He's meant to be okay, but I don't think he's first choice there, is he? I think he's second choice, isn't it?
Yeah, second choice, mate, yeah. But he must want game time. I think Brands has worked with him before, so look, he could come in and be great, he could come in and be shite. I don't know much about him, to be honest, but like you said, 40 times, gets up and down, quite solid defensively. Colombian international again.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to mention that.
Yeah, so he's clearly got something about him. If you get like the Yerry Mina, out to Arias, fucking Rodriguez on the right, could be a fucking good partnership, and they could have a good link up. They'll be on the same wavelength. They can speak the native language. It could work potentially. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. There was a team in the Champions League. Obviously, everyone knows this team, but Shakhtar Donetsk, and they used to buy absolutely shitloads of players from South America. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel like we're going to be the South American Premier League team. Do you know what I mean? We could have Romero in goal, 3 Colombians, a couple of Brazilians. Yeah, well, 3 Brazilians. I mean, it's more positive for an attractive game, a quicker game, a more attacking game. And if Carlo can get it right, if he can get the right players in the right positions, ask for a little bit more out of Mason. He come on a leaps and bounds last season, but there's still more there that he can get better with. We could have a hell of a fucking team next season.
Yeah, I completely agree, mate. And it'd be interesting to see how we actually shape up. Is it going to be a 4-4-2? Will it be a 4-3-3? 3-5-2? It could be anything, mate, to be honest. It'd be interesting to see. I know he sticks with a lot with 4-4-2. Now, if Rodriguez is on the right and, say, the ball's on the left-hand side, he can just tuck in at that number 10 role, be an option, narrower. and he's going to get the ball into feet 10, and he's fucking facing the goal. And that's exactly where you want him. So I seen it with Carlo last year. I think the likes of Bernard were cutting in when the ball's on the other side, trying to create space for the overlap for Luca Dean.
Yeah.
So it could be. I get fucking optimistic every year, Michael, and we fucking do something fucking stupid on the first day, and it brings us back to fucking ground zero. But I think, like you said, them two positions, we get them covered. If we get we get Rodriguez, Allen, Decore, Romero, and Arias in. That for me is a fucking good, solid window.
Yeah.
Now the emergence of Branthwaite it's probably saved us the centre half position.
Yeah.
To reinvest that. Look, I'm gutted to miss out on Gabriel. It was very, very advanced. It's just one of them fucking things, really, isn't it? We didn't want to pay the money. We probably seen that Branthwaite came through that we can afford not to pay the money. And to be honest, if we get these players across the line, especially in central midfield, it's fucking from Tom Davis and Gylfi Sigurdsson to fucking Allen, fucking Decore and James Rodriguez. It's like, what the fuck? Serious business. So anyone who moans about age to me can fuck off, because fucking I've seen Tom Davis walk around for fucking the whole year. And I've seen Sigurdsson fucking. At the moment that cunt starts pointing at one of them, I swear to God, how dare you point at James Rodriguez? I'll see my fucking arse.
Oh my God, you imagine. Right, Ben. I mean, I think that's it for me. Like, I'm all wrapped up, really. Is there anything else you want to chip in with, or?
No, mate, honestly, love coming on, just talking about Everton Football Club. And again, thanks for letting me come on and talk. It's always nice to hear positive feedback that I'm getting in the DMs and on your YouTube videos. So, honestly, mate, I appreciate what you and John are doing and getting me on. I just like talking shite, to be honest. So,
no, the guys, the subscribers and that, they love you, because I think you're refreshingly honest. But what you also do is you bring more to the table. You're very knowledgeable. You know, I didn't know the first names of the players were linked with, like Arias. I didn't know his first name was Santiago. Fucking hell. If it was Santiago, I'd have him in straight away. So yeah, I just think you're a good fit, and I think we all get on really well. John's jealous that he's not here today, so he can fuck himself. So yeah.
But let's have a fucking good day, hopefully. A bit of a fucking. If it's a double announcement, we're on the fucking hail, aren't we? So,
oh, fucking too. I'll be ringing at 6 tomorrow.
Let's see. If we can get one across the day today, that'll be great. But just get them both in. Let's fucking get the crowd up. Let's get the Everton Football Club fucking back where we belong. We're all desperate for success. So fingers crossed, mate. Let's get it done. And let's fucking have a pint once this shit's all over.
Agreed. Ben, it's been an absolute pleasure as usual. So, guys, I'll see you later. Make sure you press the like and subscribe button. And, peace. See you later,
Cheers,
guys.
mate. Take care. Have a good one.
Feel uninvited. Left home in West LA. I'm not excited.